Is this it? I don't know. It might be here. Could this be the package from Ontario Native Plants.ca of my native plants? What's taking so long? Here he comes, here he comes. Is he gonna go my driveway? Other driveway. My driveway? Other driveway. My driveway! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I got my box, got my coffee. Always got my coffee. You may not know this, but landscapers run on coffee. What's in the box, you ask? Well, I'm very excited because this is my first shipment from Ontario Native Plants, and this is something that I thought was really necessary for many years. I'm clumsy. So excited I am. The idea that we can order native plants online is pretty cool, that they will come to your door. It's always been tough to get them, to get native plants, so this whole delivery idea is awesome. So we're going to open it up and see what's in here. Native plants are fantastic because they're good for biodiversity. They're good for all the different animals that you might want in your garden, from birds to butterflies to bees. Don't point the cutty bits at the keepy bits. We've been working on a safety thing. What? Okay. We have literature. Oh, cool. Care instructions. We'll talk about that. Oh, that's clever. Okay, one of the problems with mail order plants is that they can come out all mangled by the time they get there because things move back and forth. That's brilliant. Look at that. Hold everything in place. Huh. I like clever. Clever's good. Oh, treasure. Beautiful sedges. And they're all labeled. Fox sedge. I've always wanted to try fox sedge. Sedges are cool. And there's 96 species of sedge right in Halton County alone, so I've always wanted to know my sedges better. There are sedges for dry land, and birds and such love the seeds. They're great for biodiversity. Good heavens, these actually even came with their flowers intact. Okay, I'm really impressed. This is harebell, weird name, H-A-R-E, and this is our native campanula, bellflower, Campanula rotundifolia. That's cool. Wow, these are in great shape. That's a plant that I've always wanted in my garden. I saw it in Winnipeg and fell in love with it there. And I've ordered multiple numbers of some of these because you want to have massing in your garden. One of a plant really doesn't show, so you want to have multiple plants. I'm just sort of easing these out of there. These are in great shape. The little core caps keep it moist. Very cool. I mean, wow. I knew I was going to be impressed, but I'm impressed. Trees are important. If I could get people to plant 2 trees, one of them would be red maple for early pollinators, and the other would be red oak. These have bright red flowers in the spring, beautiful red fall color, and all kinds of cool things feed on them. And the early pollinators love the early red flowers. I think that's something we need to notice a lot more. Ooh, another sedge. It's kind of Christmassy because you order these things and then you kind of forget what you ordered. This is Beb's sedge, Carex bebii, and they always have these really funky little seeds that age well in the landscape. These are good for rain gardens or pond sides, but like I said, there are dryland sedges as well. Prairie drop seed, Spirea heterolepsis. There we go. See, I'm still learning. That's the cool thing about horticulture, is you can always be learning. So Spirea prairie drop seed, and again, I've got a few of them. Lair too. Welcome to my lair too. Allium cernum, or my name's not Sean James. This is nodding onion. And obviously all of these things are native. And you can find lots more about these plants. These folks, Ontario Native Plants, are on Instagram and they're on Facebook, and it's onplants.ca. to order things. Order repeatedly throughout the season because different things become available at different times. But as you can see, they do a brilliant job both on quality and on the cleverness of their packing. Funny thing to be impressed by, but I am. And again, we've got 3 nodding onions. No partridges, no pear trees. Oh, Sweetgale. Oh boy. Okay, don't do this to your new plants, but oh my goodness, this is Sweetgale. Sweetgale is related to bayberry, and it has this most incredibly fragrant foliage. It doesn't really do much besides that. It's semi-evergreen. It's a good rain garden plant. It's a good roadside wetland plant, but it's got this incredibly fragrant foliage. You just can't walk past it without taking a piece and crunching it up. Hypericum Calamium. So this is another native shrub that has beautiful yellow flowers in midsummer actually, and for quite some time, and big showy flowers. Native plants, a lot of people kind of think that they don't really pop. This is a plant that pops in a big way, and for a long time. Hemlock, a beautiful, so this is a plant, hemlock. This is not the hemlock that killed Socrates. This is a wonderful hemlock that has deep green growth. It's super shade tolerant. It is actually edible. Don't eat your new shipment either. Lemony. But this is a good plant. Now, actually, this is worth talking about. When you get your plants, make sure that they're watered right away. And when you plant them, water them right away. And throughout the first season, so there's an irony with drought-tolerant plants and with native plants in that they need more care for the first year. You've got to really make sure that you're watering them well for that entire first year because it takes time for them to get their roots deep in the ground. But after that, they're bulletproof. So this is hemlock. That's a real tree. We'll plant that somewhere in the shade. You can put them in the sun. This is a different Hypericum. This is Shrubby St. John's Wort. And again, this guy's more larger and brighter. Actually, they're both similar in brightness, but really also good for pollinators. And I'm not going to get into medical advice, but it's also an herb. We can use it for treating various things. And this is another good rain garden plant. This is meadowsweet. This is Spirea Alba. So this is one of our several native spireas, and it has really cool white sort of pyramidal flowers that have a really neat seed head even in the fall. So, you know, none of these are gigantic, and that's a good thing because they adapt better to the landscape. It also makes them shippable, but they're good sized specimens. They're healthy specimens. I'm super impressed, and I will absolutely, definitely be ordering them again. What do they do? They're good for butterflies. They're good for caterpillars. They're good for birds. They're brilliant for pollinators. Native plants overall are much better for the environment and for biodiversity, and they satisfy species that maybe we have trouble feeding in general in our landscapes. Even if you just plant a few native species in your garden, you're going to have more diversity, you're really making an impact by doing so. So again, I got these from Ontario Native Plants, Plants.ca. Look for them on Facebook and Instagram, and order away because they got some really cool stuff.